Welcome back to another video and happy 4th of July. This is your second stimulus check update and stimulus package update for July 4th. Now, here's everything that I want to discuss in today's video, so make sure you stick around and watch the entire thing. If you have any questions whatsoever, ask them down in the comment section below. Now, here's what I want to address. The second stimulus check. That is what everybody wants to know. There is some more good news, so I want to bring you that update as well. Also, is the vacation that the Senate is taking right now, is that a good thing? Is timing right for this recess? I want to address that. That's pretty important as well. Also, if you've not received your first $1,200 stimulus check, what can you do and what steps should you take? I'm going to address that as well because I know a bunch of people have been asking. Additionally, I want to address the timeline of the next stimulus package. How likely are we to see that it goes quickly? Negotiations are fast. I want to address that because I think some people are going to be a little bit worried when I tell them this news. And the last thing is, what should I do with the money that I have now? I have a little bit of money. What should I do with it? Should I save it? Should I spend it? Should I invest it? Should I throw it away? Should I give it to charity? What should I do? I'm going to answer that question in today's videos as well. So if you're ready, let's get started. So the first thing I want to address is Congress going on vacation right now? Is that good timing? Is it a good idea? Is it going to benefit you and I? Well, here are my thoughts. Okay, they weren't doing anything really productive anyway. So whether they were there, trying to work, or they're back at their district, does it really matter? In my eyes, no. They could be in Washington, they could be back in their district. It wouldn't matter if they're not doing anything anyway. However, I'd like to see and like to believe they are working on something. But here's the reason why I think that the Senate going on their recess right now and heading back to their local districts is a good idea, and it will be productive. It's going to be something good for you and I and all of America. And I think it's good because of this one thing. They are now going back to their local districts where they can see that business is closed and that business is closed, and my local coffee shop and my sandwich shop and my parlor and my tailor, all these businesses are closed. What am I going to do? And now they're going to see in their own eyes that all these places that they used to frequent when they were back in their district, months ago or a month ago, they're all closed. People are all wearing masks. People are getting sick. The homeless population is increasing. All this stuff is going to play a factor. And so I think with them going back into their districts, they're going to see not only are things different, but all the virus cases are going up. And so because of that, the likelihood of a second stimulus check goes up. The likelihood of a more generous stimulus package goes up. All this stuff is needed. The Senate has been sitting around on their hands for far too long. When they come back on July 20th, they need to be ready to work. They need to be ready to put in some time and effort and give the American people what they truly need, and that is additional help. Now, I was reading a report today, this morning, that said, that this report says that they expect a 20% increase in virus cases over the weekend. Now, just to put that into perspective for you, on Friday, yesterday, Florida said they had 9,500 new cases. There was also another website that stated it was 9,800. I'm just going to say 9,500 just for the sake of doing this math. But then we add in additional 20%. That equals, it was 1,900 new cases. That's additionally, so that would put us at 11,400 cases per day. Per day. That is huge. That's crazy. And so if I were the senator for Florida, I'd be looking at them thinking, wow, we are screwed. Well, this is not getting any better. We need to do something. right? We need to include in the next stimulus package, okay, maybe a second stimulus check, maybe more unemployment, maybe hazard pay for essential workers. We need to give this to the state and local governments. We need this and this and this, and have this whole list of stuff that they need, right? Because as of right now, things are not getting any better. So happy July 4th, but chances are cases are gonna go up on Monday. Now, let me just say this. The Senate technically has 2 weeks. As of this morning, they have a little over 2 weeks to wait and see how things go. As of this morning, things are not going great. As of this morning, things are not getting any better. As of this morning, things are only getting worse. So the wait and see approach is just not working. However, the Republicans are adamant about the wait and see approach, and they want to see how things play out. But here's the problem, and the Democrats have already stated this, and they can see what is going to happen, and this is what they see is coming. They see mass layoffs, they see mass evictions, and they see increased deaths. Now, none of that sounds good. I don't want to see increased deaths. Why would anybody want to see that? I don't want to see mass layoffs, but it's inevitable. It's going to happen. And I don't want to see mass evictions. But based on what the government has done, based on how things are written, right now, there's really nothing stopping landlords from evicting their tenants. Also, there are a lot of people out there that pay way too much for rent. And because of that, they are going to just stop their lease, or going to try to get out of their lease and go find something cheaper. Which in this whole event, what's going to happen is more people are going to be out of their home. There are going to be more people that are homeless tomorrow than there were today. The next day, even more. The next day, even more. The numbers are going to go slowly up. And that's not something we want to see. Now, somebody asked this question. If I haven't received my first stimulus check, what can I do? Well, this is what I've been seeing happen more often than not. Okay? A family member goes and puts you on their tax return as a dependent. Now, for whatever reason they did that, I don't know. However, that's the most common reason I have been seeing that people have not received a stimulus check. Now, some people believe because they file their own taxes and they use Google and they think they're really smart, that if I go put my Aunt Sally on my tax return, I'm going to get more taxes back. Well, that's not technically how it works. If I go put Aunt Sally and Uncle Joe and Cousin Susie on my tax return, I'm going to get more money back. Well, that's not technically how it really works. Okay, so I just want to address that because that's the number one reason I've been seeing lately. Not just here on this channel. I've been asking other people, other YouTubers as well, and other people that I know that deal with all this stuff. Kind of what's going on. And that's the number one thing that they've been seeing is a family member put somebody else on their tax return, and that's probably the reason why that person did not receive their stimulus check. Okay, now, if that's the case, the number one thing you need to do is you just need to call the IRS and see, hey, did you send out my stimulus check? If you did, where did it go? Okay, it wasn't a physical check and went to this address. Well, if they give you the address that they sent it to, go to that address and see, hey, do you got my check? And if they don't have your check, you need to figure out, okay, was it a physical check and was it cashed? These are two important things, because if it was cashed, it was written to you, it was cashed, and you were not the one that signed it, guess what? Okay, that's not a good thing for whoever cashed it, but it is happening, right? So just be aware of that. So first thing I would do is I would call the IRS. The second thing I would do is I'd check any of my old addresses. I'd check different houses I've lived at. Maybe I changed my address just quickly, and I want to go and check that address. Okay, just to be safe. That's what you need to do. Now I get it. It's going to take more work, but again, is $1,200 really worth it to you to go and check a couple houses and see, did my mail show up? My guess, yes it is. Here's another question that I got the other day. How likely are we to see a stimulus package passed quickly? Now, I simply asked, well, what is your definition of quickly? A couple days, a couple hours, maybe a couple weeks. And they simply said days. Days is quickly. Now, here's what I want to address, okay? First off, the CARES Act, it took 8 days to pass. 8 days is fairly quick, a little bit over a week. Now, this is taking this into consideration, the CARES Act versus the HEROES Act, okay? The CARES Act took 8 days to pass. However, they pretty much had to push it through, okay? They pretty much had to write it, push it through, okay? Vote on it, all this stuff, right? And it went fairly quickly, which was great. However, the HEROES Act, we have, like, what was that, 15 days from today until the Senate gets back together and negotiates. So that means they have 15 days to really work things out, to figure out, okay, what do the Democrats want, which we already know because they wrote the bill, the HEROES Act. Now, what do the Republicans want? What could the Democrats live without? What could the Republicans live without? And they go back and forth, head to head. Figure out who's gonna win what battle. Now, we have until, it's gonna start on July 20th. We have until August 7th until the Senate goes on recess for, I think, 23, 24 days. Now, here's what you need to understand. Between July 20th and August 7th is 18 days. That's more than enough time to figure it out, negotiate, and really pass the HEROES Act or whatever bill they really try to push through, or whatever they want to name it, right? And this is what Nancy Pelosi said the other day. Is Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell are going to get together and talk over the next couple of weeks and begin negotiations. Now, they're not going to do the negotiations, right there, or over the phone or in person. It's probably over the phone or over a conference call, would be my opinion. But they aren't going to really negotiate. Nancy Pelosi is going to say what the Democrats want. Mitch McConnell is going to state what the Republicans want. They're going to go back and forth and say, well, these are our demands. Okay, these are your demands. We counter this one. We counter this one. This is what we think would be fair. They're going to go back and forth and try to get it all, kind of hammered out. Get a little more clarity as to what everybody wants, what they're willing to live with and without. And this is going to happen over the next couple of weeks. So as it happens, I'll bring you updates on that as well. However, this is good news because these two people, Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell, okay, two of the leaders in the Senate, they are going to figure things out. They're going to work together and try to really hammer this deal out. And the reason why it's a good thing is because if they can do this over the next couple of weeks, over the next 15 days, hopefully by the 20th we have a better understanding of what's going to be pushed through. The 21st, maybe they hammer out a little bit more. 22nd, 23rd, maybe a little bit more. Hopefully by the end of that week, and I believe it's the 25th, at the end of that week, we have something that is passed. And then Donald Trump just needs to sign it, right? Or in most cases, it'll probably have to go back to the House, whatever. Anyway, the whole thing is, hopefully it will be passed within 1 week. Now, is that really going to happen? Is that the case? Do I think it's going to take only 5 days? I hope it takes less than that. But if it does take 5 days, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because I think as long as they pass something, they get money into the hands of the American people. That is what is needed right now the most. Now, with that, in regards to that, I want to address the second stimulus check because both parties have now agreed on it. Okay, this is just an agreement. It's not, they've confirmed that yes, we believe it's the best thing for the American people would be a second stimulus check. We also believe it needs to be quick. The money needs to get to the hands of the American people as quickly as possible. Okay, all this stuff has been said, which is awesome because it is necessary. But the next step is not just a confirmation or an agreement. It is to pass it as a bill so that the American people can actually get their money. Now, one thing I want to address is, a lot of people are wondering, well, what are they really going to negotiate? Is it just the money? Republicans say no stimulus check, there are no second stimulus check. The Democrats say, $1,200 stimulus check. What are they going to negotiate? Are they going to split it in between and say $600? What are they really going to do? Well, here's what we know right now. Okay, as of July 4th, 2020, what we know right now is the Republicans and the Democrats both agree that a second stimulus check is needed, it is necessary, and they hopefully will go forward with that. Is that a certainty? No, it's not. Things could always change. But as of right now, July 4th, 2020, a second stimulus check is going to happen. In addition, the Republicans say no to the $600 unemployment boost. Democrats say we need to extend it. We need to extend it through 2021. Is it going to happen? Probably not. At $600 will be $300, $400, $450 per week. Maybe, but that's something we'll just have to wait and see. In regards to essential workers and hazard pay, Democrats say they want $13 per hour for essential workers who've been working. And again, if you're an essential worker, then you'd be part of this. But all your employer would have to do is go file and go apply for this grant, get the money to pay you essential workers. And you get $13 per hour for every hour that you worked, up to $10,000 if you are paid under $200,000 per year. Over $200,000, you get $5,000 max. Now, a lot of people are wondering, well, okay, that's great for essential workers, and for unemployed people, and for the second stimulus check. But what I'm not considered an essential worker, but I work for the state, and I'm worried about layoffs and all this stuff. Well, that's the next thing that is going to be inside this next stimulus package. Is what about funding for state and local governments? Okay, as of right now, schools still don't know if they're opening back up in the fall. Kids need to go back to school. The parents need to go back to work. They can't be their school teachers forever. Hey, it's just not work out that way. The education system, is not going to, we're not going to thrive if all parents are educating their children in a different way. It's just not going to happen. But what I can tell you right now is the government needs to step up and do something about it. And I think they will. I think they will in this case. Now, last thing I want to address is what should I do with the money that I have now? This is a question I get from a lot of people, and mainly because I'm a firm believer in taking the money you have now and spending it all. And I say spend it all because that is what I do. I like to put my money in some type of asset like real estate or a business, something that will continue to pay me, and my net worth, my income will slowly go up. That's what I like to do. However, for you right now, if you just have a little bit of money, say you have $100. If you have $100, you're doing better than a lot of people out there, because a lot of people don't have $100 to their name. But if you do have some money, the first thing I recommend is you save some. You just have to save some because you need to put food on the table. Food does run out. Nobody has an unlimited amount of food, and I get it. Nobody does. I'm always going to the store to buy food, or my wife is, or whatever. We just order it on Amazon. But, money, it does take money to buy food. But here's what I suggest you do. Take a little bit of that money and figure out a way to make more money from it. One of the things that I've shown people how to do is buy stuff for a low amount and sell it for much more. Just yesterday, on July 3rd, I ended up going to a thrift store. It was a Goodwill store. Walked into the store. I paid $4, $4 for a back massager that will easily sell for about $180. $4, and I turned it into $180. Now, if you have $4, use those $4 and buy something that will resell, that you can easily sell for more money. Now, after fees, after shipping, after my costs, everything, I will probably make on this deal right about $150. $150 for this thing. Profit. That's pretty good. Now, if you want to know exactly how to do that, you want to see exactly how to turn a little bit of money into more money, you need to go and watch this video. I'll put it down in the description box below, where I show you how to make $200 per day from PayPal. Now, if you have any questions on that video, just come back here and comment down below, and I can help you out there. Now, what you need to understand is over the next couple of weeks, first, there will be more people that are laid off. Hopefully that's not you. There will be more people evicted. Again, hopefully that's not you. There will be more people with more uncertainty in their life. And again, hopefully that is not you. But what I want you to do over the next couple of weeks, keep coming back. Okay, first off, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It just shows YouTube that this was a good video and they should share it with others here as well. But also, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss any more of my video updates. I say this because over the next couple of weeks, number one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to provide those of you that need that second stimulus check update and stimulus package update, I'm going to provide you with those updates. Also, I'm going to try my best to make more videos on how you can make money from home and online. That's my goal, is every single day I will do a stimulus check update, and every other day I'm going to try my best to do a new video on how to make money from home and online. So if that's what you want to see, again, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. So again, thanks for watching this second stimulus check update and stimulus package update for July 4th. Like I said earlier, happy 4th of July. Make sure you come back for the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.